Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Live audio test ahead of kickoff here in round 26, Ilinden Sports Centre. The venue as Rockdale Ilinden play host to Manly United. We continue to hurtle towards this season's conclusion here in 2026. It is round 26 of Sunday afternoon football here at Ilinden Sports Centre. A crucial 3 points on offer for both sides this afternoon as Rockdale Ilinden play host to Manly United. It's Pete Pryor with you this afternoon. Absolute pleasure to have your company wherever it is in the world you may be tuning in from. The team news is in for both sides, of course. The host this afternoon, 2 changes for Paul D's side as they head out in search of a response to last week's 3-1 defeat at the hands of Sutherland. 2 changes, as we said. Brendan Chalakian and James Temelkovski both drop out of the starting side. Lockie Constable and Harry McCarthy into the lineup from the kickoff this afternoon. Their full lineup as follows, of course. In goal, number 1, Levi Kay. Number 2, Hunter Elliott. 3 is Lockie Griffiths. 4, Reo Kunamoto. 7, Ollie Wigan. 8, Jerry Skotardis. 9, Mudi Najjar. 11, Lockie Constable. 22, Harry McCarthy. 26, Harry van der Sarg. And 66, Matthew Cordier. For the visitors this afternoon, Manly United, who are really seeming to hit their stride at the pointy end of the season, right when you want to be. Just the one change, Stefan de Robillard drops out. Ayumu Kimura will take his place. Their full starting 11 as follows, of course, between the posts, Mackenzie Siron. The 4, Jesse Perez. 5, Aaron O'Driscoll. 6, Saxon Hillier. 8, Kikeru Ono. 9, Ben Coop. 10, Darcy Burgess. 11, Ayumu Kimura. 18, Luke Neuenhoff. 19, Kai Evans. And 33, Jasper Chipman. It is a real Super Sunday of football, of course. No shortage of fixtures scheduled. But our focus is firmly here in Rockdale, Ilinden Sports Centre. Picture perfect ahead of the scheduled 3 p.m. kickoff. Here in round 26, it will be Rockdale to get us underway. Kicking from left to right on your screens, a peep of the whistle, and away we go. Here as we look to define the shake-up, the make-up of who will be playing finals football this season. Rockdale have made a very good case for it themselves, of course, but have been a bit stuttery, a bit stop-start over the last few weeks. Conversely, Manly, as we said, coming into this, it's in great form, perhaps the form side of the competition in all fairness. 7 on the spin, unbeaten in the lead up to this fixture. It's Rockdale on the march forward though. Elliott who helped it on. Wigan combining with Skotardis, looking to make some inroads in the channel there. He is brought down. Saxon Hillier, the aggressor. And an early free kick in a tantalising sort of position, really, this for Rockdale Ilinden. Special day for Rockdale, of course. Celebrating Ilinden today. They look to make a bit of a fast start here. It's Mudi Najjar standing over this one. What's the delivery like? We know he's got an absolute wand of a left foot. Najjar will go for goal himself, driven straight into the legs of Burgess. A follow-up strike from Cordier. Never really threatening. Never really looked likely that from Cordier. Just an early sighter. Burgess gets a bit of a nudge in the back, but legally so. Here's van der Sarg. Strength there from Wigan. Skotardis gets the return pass. Lockie Constable looks to deliver straight into the legs of Chipman, and another set piece early here for the hosts. Mudi Najjar again standing over this one. We did see him score an Olympico from that very same corner earlier this season. As we said, wicked left foot. As he looks to curl this one in, will he put it right on top of Mackenzie Siron? Crowded massive bodies in the 6-yard box. He does indeed, and Siron gets 2 good fists to it. Cordier will nod it forwards. Only able to clear their lines. Rockdale perhaps starting the better of the two sides in the opening blows of the contest here. Burgess for Manly, able to spin and create a couple of yards of separation for himself very nicely indeed. Ball will go inside for Coop. Touch just eluded him at the crucial moments as the ball is fizzed up towards our broadcast position here. Commentators and camera people alike taking evasive action. Here's Ono. Able to link up with Burgess at the second attempt, and that's a good-looking ball there from Burgess to find Kimura. His cross in turn straight into the legs of Elliott, but Manly United now will have themselves a set piece. 1 corner apiece now. As we said, a real super Sunday of football. This one of 5 fixtures taking place for your Sunday afternoon. Of course, the early kick-off at 2:30 p.m. at Adenza Park. Sydney United hosting Spirit FC. That one still locked up at 0-0. Marconi kicking off also at 3 o'clock against St George City. Blacktown City hosting Sydney FC. And at 4 p.m, Sydney Olympic will do battle with Apia Leichhardt. Burgess. One hand in the air, the signal. Fizzed in. To the 6-yard box. It was a little bit chaotic. The end result is another Manly corner. Burgess will get another attempt to deliver here. Again, it's a real massive bodies in the 6-yard box right on top of the goalkeeper. Near post delivery is just about headed off the line, you know, by Kunamoto. Burgess will have a 3rd corner in very quick succession here. Again, swept in near post by Burgess, flicked goalwards. There's a couple rising for it. Levi Kay scrambling across to pluck it out of the afternoon sky here in Rockdale. It was a gorgeous wintry afternoon in the southern suburbs of Sydney. Conditions just about perfect for football. Rockdale look to march forward immediately through Skitardis. Constables inside. Midfield linchpin. McCarthy. Cordier. Bears down on the area. Delivers towards Najjar. It's an awkward sort of height for Rockdale's number 9 there, Moody Najjar. Delivery was just a bit behind him as well. They look spectacular when they come off. But just the awkwardness, the contortion required to try and get any sort of contact on it. Only able to guide it over the crossbar of Mackenzie Siron. O'Driscoll looks to go long immediately. A couple of Rockdale players appealing for offside. It won't matter. As it just bounces all the way through to the former Manly custodian, of course, Levi Kay. Kunamoto looks to return serve. How's your touch, Harry McCarthy? Not bad, he says. Another former Manly product himself. Once upon a time, of course, known as Sir Harry of Cromer. Unable to keep it in play, though, was McCarthy, and now Manly look to try and squeeze their way over halfway. Just a bit of a loose pass, though, from Neuenhoff, turning it into touch once more. Good flick on there by Najjar. He'll look to receive the return pass as well. Moody Najjar now pulled into the 6-yard box. The strike will come, and it's very well blocked by Mackenzie Siron. I don't know how much he knew about it. It came through a couple of sets of legs on the way through to Levi Kay. In the right position just to get something, anything on it to deflect it to safety. Just for the time being, Hunter Elliott's unable to retain it though. Here's Coop for Manly. Lockie Griffiths, good strength to take it away from Ben Coop. Kunamoto doesn't stick the pass towards McCarthy though, and now Burgess has some green grass ahead of him to emerge into. Darcy Burgess wasn't the connection that he would have hoped for on the strike. It's fair to say that we may have come to expect a little bit better from Darcy Burgess over the years. Perhaps, if anything, maybe even had too much time. Here's Wigan. Griffiths and Wigan and Van der Sarg all combining. Van der Sarg looking to show off his range of passing, but not measured correctly on that occasion. Hoisted back in onto the head of Coop. He's the furthest player forward though, so his flick on only finds Kunamoto. We'll have it back here though, Ben Coop. Does well to link up with Evans now. It looks to go through the gears, Kai Evans. Forced wider than he may have hoped by Skotadis, and that's experience on display there from Jerry Skotadis. Not over-committing to the challenge, not diving in. Just holding and holding up Kai Evans, and when the opportunity emerged to just pinch it off his toe, he was all too willing. Van der Sarg sent forward again towards Wiggins. Flag is up, I should say. Wiggins just the wrong side of Kakeru Ono. O'Driscoll. Awkwardly sort of bouncing ball, and his ball out only finds Van der Sarg. Najjar now bearing down on this one. Siron very smartly, quickly off his line to pounce on that one as danger was looming large. Manly keen to play their way out from the back. Eventually forced long, Ono I should say, forced to go long. Van der Sarg. Elliott. Griffiths all combining again. Little triangles forming, appearing here for Rockdale. Skotadis, he'll have to be strong here, and is. Wigan. Whistle goes after the contest between Skotadis and Saxon Hillier. Ilinden keen to get things on the move. Elliott. As Van der Sarg supporting. Van der Sarg wants it, he won't get it though. Griffiths will. Elliott. Van der Sarg who hoisted it into the area, but again Manly standing firm, standing tall, and now getting forward is Burgess. Referee just waited to see if any advantage would accrue. It didn't. Hunter Elliott still pleading his case. As Ono gets us back underway. Evans immediately squeezed and pressed by Constable. Here's Ono. Has to weave his way through a couple before calling Mackenzie Siron into action, who was all too happy just to release the pressure valve and send it back over halfway. Gave Kimura something to chase. Kimura just being Urged to be a little bit more patient here. Showing a willingness to try and hoist things in quickly. Oh no, Will. Griffiths gets there just ahead of Ben Coop, and McCarthy able to help it on for Cordier. It's Rockdale's turn to try and be a little bit patient in possession here. Van der Sarg. Just trying to force it a little bit. Manly doing well. It's occupying all the passing lanes and blocking that one off before it was anywhere near reaching Harry McCarthy. Here is the aforementioned McCarthy. Has his pocket pinched. Manly again just clearing their lines. No one forward to receive it. Burgess. Hillier. Oh, that's a smart turn from Saxon Hillier. Good strength as well to ride the challenge. Ono's drifted wide, and he'll give chase to this one as well. Should do just about enough to keep it in play, but I'll tell you what, Hunter Elliott was across even quicker. Gets the contact in the back there as well, Hunter Elliott. Peep of the whistle. Rockdale, once again, immediately resuming hostilities. Najjar, smart flick on that to find Wigan, who's got plenty of space to move into here. Ollie Wigan. Najjar lets it run. The strike will come from McCarthy, who's just dragged it wide. The goal just about at his mercy there, Harry McCarthy. When you see him in that sort of position, you absolutely well and truly expect to see the net bulge. I think the reaction from the young man says it all, really. Here's Van der Sarg. Constable. Now Wigan again. Rockdale just trying to stroke it around and push and probe and try and poke a hole in this resilient so far Manly defence. We can bring you an update from the Palace, of course, where Marconi are currently in action against St George, and this is a start that will send some shockwaves throughout that top three. In particular, St George City have just taken the lead there against Marconi. We'll keep an eye on things as they develop, but Pires, meanwhile, is striding forward and his side down as well. Temper's fraying a little bit early here at Ilinden Sports Centre. Starting to just simmer a little bit beneath the surface. The reverse fixture, of course, earlier in the season at Cromer Park was Manly, who absolutely dominated, running riot in a 4-1 victory over Rockdale on the night. Was their first victory over Rockdale since 2022, when in fact they actually did the double over Rockdale that season. The boys from the Beaches, how they would dearly love a similar sort of result here today. A result which would, of course, propel them back into the top six and see them leapfrog their opponents on the table as well. It's so tight, that battle for 4th, 5th and 6th. Plenty of twists and turns yet to be written, I'm sure. Free kick is delivered. It's off the back of Pires, who is just getting back to his feet. Here's Coop. Strike from a fair way out, wrapped his boot around it. Kay forced to punch. Nodded forwards again. Driscoll couldn't quite guide it in the direction that he may have wanted. Kunamoto. McCarthy Again, good close control, but he's got Piries in his back immediately. Spins around 1 and 2 and wins the free kick as well there, Harry McCarthy. Had the clearest opportunity of proceedings so far. Just a couple of minutes ago did Harry McCarthy. Just dragged his effort wide though, unable to put one past his former employer. Won't be the last opportunity he gets today, I'm sure. Constable couldn't retain possession on that far touchline. Always so busy is Lockie Constable. Love to see his heat map after a match. Covers just about every blade of grass. Manly now looking to hit quickly in transition. Not like that, they won't though. Rockdale's turn to look to try and return serve with Wigan. Rolls it across the halfway line for Cordier, who will now look to stride forwards. Picked out comfortably by Hillier. Burgess now on the turn. Clips delivery out to this near touchline. For Kimura, who will look to invert now. Couldn't stick the pass though. Smart interception, I should say. Here's Ono. Forced to check and turn and go back. All the way to Chipman and then all the way to Siron. Chipman, Ono, and again all the way back to Siron. Manly happy to play keep ball for now. Siron's under a little bit of pressure there from Najjar. Cool as you like, trusting his footwork there, Mackenzie Siron. Just checking and skipping around the challenge of Moody Najjar. Just in the nick of time. Griffiths now carrying it over halfway for Rockdale. Has Hunter Elliott wide and will utilise his fullback. No avenues afforded going forward though for Hunter Elliott. We'll get another go here. This time able to link up with Wigan. He's got Ono right in his back, absolutely touch tight. And again forced back to Griffiths. Wigan, good first touch to just pull it out of the afternoon sky here. And again, he's back to goal. This time he's brought down by Ono. And a couple of little afters there as well between Ollie Wigan and Kikeru Ono. Ono seemingly unfazed, nonplussed. Woody Najjar will have another opportunity to try and wreak some havoc in that Manly penalty area. Just about everyone forward for this bar Hunter Elliott and Levi Kay. I can tell you Levi Kay is just about up on halfway in any case. Najjar sweeps it in right on top of Siron, who gets a fist to it. Wigan will maybe have an opportunity from the follow-up. No. Darcy Burgess picking the pocket there of Ollie Wigan just as he was about to pull the trigger. Darcy Burgess just on a different wavelength to Kimura. Hilliard just turns it around the corner. Coming together there between Kai Evans and Matthew Cordier. Cordier, this time the aggressor. Oh no, again under a bit of pressure there from Wigan. Manly forced into just hurrying proceedings a little bit more than they may have hoped in that situation. In turn, giving it straight back to Rockdale on halfway. Here's Griffiths. Handy pocket of space this for Constable. Wigan again just hugging that near touchline. Awaiting support, which arrives in the form of Elliott and now Lockie Griffiths. That raking cross-field ball. Switching the points of attack now. Cordier burns around that Manly defender, takes it all the way to the byline. His cross is blocked off though. That was well done in the first instance from Matthew Cordier. Skipped around Kai Evans like he wasn't even there. Another Rockdale corner, deep this time to the head of Kunamoto. Headed straight up in the air. It's aerial pinball, it's chaos! And it's blocked. Right as Najjar pulled the trigger, Mackenzie Siron saving the day. Only able to clear their lines and release that pressure valve. Again, Siron coming up big. Cordier, it's not the best of challenges, that from Jesse Pires, and rightfully so, straight into the referee's notebook. And again, temper's just starting to spill over a little bit here. Right in front of that contingent of Rockdale fans there as well, the committee. We're all too happy to let Jesse Pires know their thoughts as well. He is so often one who tries to set the tone in proceedings, is Jesse Pires, but did look and feel a little cynical, that challenge there. Ball looked like it was a fairway gone. No real damage done, thankfully. But Rockdale looking to do some damage of their own. Headed straight up in the air by O'Driscoll, nodded back goalwards. By Constable, and again, Manly repel the latest wave of attack from Rockdale. Burgess couldn't quite dig his way out of trouble. Saxon Hillier doing well to win it back for his side. Smart from Kimura. Now Hillier will take over. Immediately converged on by 3 Rockdale jerseys. Hillier unable to retain it and forced to just give away a little tug of the jersey, which sees a peep of the whistle and possession return to Rockdale. Van der Sarg. Wigan again looking for that flick on. It's Chipman with the final touch over the touchline. Wigan again has 2 Manly jerseys for company and proved one too many. The referee did just take a moment to assess the situation. Has given the free kick for the challenge there on Wigan. Contact just a little too forceful. We've had no shortage of set pieces so far in this one, have the hosts. Inside the opening half an hour, Moody Najjar again standing ominously over this one. Swept in deep once again. It's taken a couple of touches on the way through. Plenty of debate. In the end result, just a goal kick. We do have an opportunity to bring you an update from elsewhere as well at Sydney United Sports Centre. Half-time in that contest where Sydney United scored with, well, what was perhaps the last kick of the half, 45 plus 5. And lead by a 1-0 over Spirits FC. Just about half an hour or so gone here at Ilinden Sports Centre. Deadlock yet to be broken. If you are just joining us for this round 26 encounter, it's been no shortage of feeling between the two sides, that's for certain. Harry McCarthy with perhaps the best chance of the half. Darcy Burgess also had a very, very good opportunity indeed very early in the piece for Manly United, but so far neither side's able to convert, able to profit. Rockdale certainly leading in the set-piece standings. O'Driscoll rising, as is Hillier. Big up and under there from Van der Sarg. Breaks kindly for Coop, who will look to help it on towards Kimura. Here's Ono. Unable to link up with Kimura. It's Griffiths who, well, it's a loose touch, it's evaded him. It's very kind to the feet of Coop. It's all very frenetic just outside that Rockdale penalty area. It is Rockdale who emerge free and clear with it. It's Constable who carries it over halfway. Van der Sarg, good looking slide rule ball that for Moody Najjar, but Jasper Chipman watched him all the way. Remained absolutely touch tight to Najjar. Final touch off Jasper Chipman, in spite of the protests from those in Manly blue. What's a delivery like this time from Moody Najjar? Swung in near post. Siron gets a fist to it. The whistle will go with sweet relief to Manly United. Too much contact on the keeper perhaps for the referee's liking. Siron continues with his usual modus operandi of playing out short from the back. Hillier. O'Driscoll, wide it goes. Perez who sends this one forwards. Ewenhoff couldn't quite bring it under his spell. O'Driscoll. Good strength to retain it initially, but doesn't stick the pass. Oh no, just lets it run. Can't help but feel like Manly are really just trying to force that ball into the channel even when it isn't on. Levi Kay had a bit of a puzzle to figure out there and just about able to do so, but at the expense of a throw-in. Left it very short of Burgess. Well stepped in by Hillier. He'll win the free kick as well after the challenge from Constable, who looks around rather perplexed. Hillier doesn't mind though. He's keen to get things back on the move. It's Neuenhoff. Stuck inside towards Kimura. Couldn't quite fashion a shooting chance. Manly just trying to catch Rockdale napping there. Burgess has won it back legally so, says the referee. Strong challenge that from Griffiths to halt the advance of Darcy Burgess. This time, though, it's Wigan trying to force that channel ball. Oh no, oof. He's turned it over very cheaply indeed. That's not who you want to give the ball away to. It's Moody Najjar, who will strike and finish into that bottom corner with aplomb. In the blink of an eye, Moody Najjar has struck right at the heart of Manly United. He makes his way across to the committee to celebrate. Absolutely unerring finish from that range from Moody Najjar. A few would begrudge Rockdale of their lead. Good value for it in the opening exchanges here at Ilinden Sports Centre. As they look to get revenge on Manly United for the reverse fixture, of course, earlier this season at Cromer Park. It's a cheap turnover, though, from Kikeru Ono that really did the damage. Rockdale want to drop a gear and go again here. You may have heard from the field. Here's Ono. He'll have to recover from that error very quickly. No time to dwell on it, as here comes McCarthy for Rockdale. Now this time it's McCarthy just trying to force that pass. Perhaps expecting the run of Ollie Wigan or Lockie Constable in the half space. In the end, neither of them were arriving. Shipman. Well read all the way, textbook there from Elliott. Constable trying to weave his way around traffic. Couldn't quite do so. Here's Burgess for Manly. Ono able to stretch his legs here and now ping the ball across the field for Evans. Cordier first on scene at the expense of a corner. Manly United searching for a response. Rockdale themselves have responded very well to that defeat last week at the hands of Sutherland Sharks. Of course, it's not just finals football on offer, but also a place in the upcoming Australian Championship, with the top three really all but sewn up. Those three foundation clubs there in Marconi, Apia and Sydney United. Fourth place, of course, will be rewarded, I should say, with a spot in this season's championship. In swinging corner from Manly. O'Driscoll couldn't quite meet it. He'll get a second opportunity to do so here, but couldn't guide it goalwards. Burgess just hooks it over his shoulder. The flag is up. Well, those Manly fans in the crowds felt that Ayumu Kimura had restored parity after Darcy Burgess had just hooked the ball over his shoulder. Kimura too slow in getting back. Just caught on his heels a bit there after the initial clearance. Wigan just lost it momentarily, allowed Ono to steal in. Good touch initially, that from Nieuwenhof, to take him away from the sliding challenge of his former teammate there, Van der Sark. Hillier being harassed by Constable. Nieuwenhof. Van der Sark goes through the back. Hillier will pick it straight back up for Manly United. Here's Kimura. Looks to stand it up towards Ben Coop, but it's all too far for Manly's hulking number 9 there, Ben Coop. Comfortable for Levi K. Griffiths going long this time. Spin on the ball, nearly confounding Aaron O'Driscoll, but able to figure it out. Helped on by Nieuwenhof. Kimura. Smart little nutmeg there from Kimura on Elliott, who recovers ever so well. Textbook sliding challenge as well to win it back. And win the goal kick as well, if you don't mind. Just over 5 minutes to go, plus any time to be added on until the interval here at Ilinden Sports Centre. If you are just tuning in, pleasure to have your company. As always, of course, Pete Pryor with you to soundtrack your Sunday. It is Rockdale in the ascendancy here, courtesy of their number 9, Mudi Najjar. Struck it ever so sweetly to find the bottom corner from the edge of the area after Kikeru Ono had turned over possession. A very dangerous area, but meanwhile, Coop helps it on very smartly. Here comes Evans. Forced a little bit wider than he may have hoped as he tried to invert there. Skatardis wins it back. Only it all stopped there, perhaps expecting a peep of the whistle. Nothing doing. Van der Sar, not the cleanest of clearances though. Might bounce kindly here for Manly United. Coop was looming large. Rockdale seemingly able to deal with just about everything sent their way so far. Coop stretching. Kimura striking, blocked off. Neuenhoff. They're queuing up for it here, Manly United. Ono now the latest. Neuenhoff. Taken straight off his toe by Ollie Wigan now, who looks to stretch his legs and go through the gears himself. Najjar is overlapping and will receive it. First time ball pulled back towards Ollie Wigan. He just loses his footing at the crucial moment. Rockdale looking to be devastating in transition there. Was so nearly. Killia. Oh no. Here comes Ono, bombing forward from fullback now. Sliding challenge there again from Hunter Elliott, not for the first time this afternoon, and I'm certain not for the last either. See him lining that one up a mile out. Timed it to perfection, but Ono now will get a chance to cross. Kay will rise. A good take from the former Manly gloveman. Levi Kay just, again, had a long time to see it and plucks it out of the afternoon sky. O'Driscoll rising above Najjar. Some contacts on the way through, perhaps from Mudi Najjar, though. O'Driscoll will play that large crossfield, or sweeping crossfield diag, I should say. Kimura, again, a very good piece of defending that from Hunter Elliott. Heavily involved in proceedings so far. Rockdale's number 2, as per, of course. Absolute workhorse at fullback. It's Van der Sar. Kimura wins it back for Manly. Now, Darcy Burgess. Clipped in towards the back stick, but it's over the head of Evans. Allows McCarthy, who's not shirking his defensive duties, to pick that up, but McCarthy forced to turn it into touch over the far touch line. Periods to work the levers and hoist it back into play. Flicked on by Neuenhoff. Now it's Evans. Burgess forced backwards. Really fizzed backwards towards Hillier there, who does well to bring it down on his chest. And now weaves forward here is Hillier. Strike from a long way out. Didn't quite get the cleanest of purchase on it though, the 20-year-old. Local product, of course, still in search of his first goal for the season. His first grade goal, in fact. Griffiths just cushioning the header down to Hunter Elliott. Plays it straight off the legs of Kimura. Najjar gets past Chipman initially. Chipman did drag him down, and he will join his skipper Jesse Perez in the book. Najjar just being instructed to wait for the whistle as that three-man Manly wall being marched back the requisite 10 yards. Mackenzie Siron will have to ensure that wall is set just so, of course. Will Najjar look to stand this one up towards the back post, or will he look for the direct route perhaps? Does go the direct route. It takes a touch off that wall on the way through. And once again, plenty of debate as to what the end result will be. The end result will be another Rockdale corner. Much to the chagrin of that Manly United bench. Coaching staff there, Vladimir Knezovic, not impressed. Regardless, it won't change the result. The result is Moody Najjar standing over this one very menacingly indeed. It won't make too much difference with deliveries like that. We'll get a second bite at it here though, Najjar. And maybe a third. And fourth. There will not be a fifth. The board has just gone up for added time, just the customary 1 minute to be added on. It's been a game which has been fairly free-flowing for the most part. An opening 45 minutes, which is absolutely well and truly flown by. Played at a rate of knots for the most part. This is Darcy Burgess, who's found himself in a couple of yards of handy space. Kimura looks to shift back onto his right, but that invites the challenge from Wigan. Van der Sarg nodding it forwards. McCarthy can't retain it on halfway. Wigan will step back into seize control. Van der Sarg will send it forward into the channel for Jerry Skatardis. It's Kai Evans coming across to provide some company. And effects a very good challenge indeed. Full marks there for the challenge from Kai Evans. Very patient. Burgess now. Evans again. Coop. No flag. Ben Coop now bears down on goal. Can he restore parity? Saved by Levi Kay. Perhaps one final roll of the dice here from the corner before the interval for Manly United. That was, in all fairness, an absolutely golden opportunity for Ben Coop. And perhaps just like Darcy Burgess earlier in the half, perhaps he just had too much time. If anything, there is such a thing. Ben Coop maybe just overthinking that one, trying to catch Levi Kay out at his near post. Plenty of big timber forward here for Manly United. One last task for Rockdale to complete to see if they can head to the sheds ahead at the interval. Swept in, near post delivery. Kay flaps! They have restored parity right on the stroke of half-time. It was a wicked teasing delivery. Levi Kay unable to deal with it. And directly from the corner, Manly United restore parity. Well, that completely changes the dynamic of the halftime team talk. As the whistle goes, that will be the final kick of the half. Manly United restoring parity with the very final kick of what has been a very entertaining opening stanza here at Ilinden Sports Centre. It was Moody Najjar who initially had put Rockdale ahead following the initial mistake there from Kikeru Ono. Manly United's fullback able to atone. Right on the stroke of half-time, we go to the sheds, all level. It is Rockdale 1, Manly United 1. We are off for a short break here at Ilinden Sports Centre, but don't you dare go anywhere. We'll be back to bring you the second half action in about 15 or so minutes' time.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of people turn up around football grounds around New South Wales. Parents, kids, refs, coaches and volunteers. Cardiac incidents can happen to anyone at any time on the pitch.
Right now, not every club has a defibrillator.
And the ones that do are not always maintained or ready to use. In a critical moment, with a defib, that could save lives. That's why Football New South Wales, St John Ambulance and Toyota have come together for Every Beat Matters to help clubs around New South Wales to access defibrillators, cover maintenance and build a register so we know exactly where every unit is around the state. All you need to do is buy a ticket through RaffleTix. $5 can make a difference. Every ticket goes towards funding defibrillators and maintenance for clubs that need it most. A live fundraising board shows exactly how much is being raised. And every ticket you buy puts you in the draw to win a Toyota Corolla. One ticket, real impact. Help your club be ready when it matters. So buy your ticket today.
A commanding punch. O'Driscoll's touch for Chipman. And the ball's good. O'Driscoll lays it off for Burgess. And the deflection takes it in. Set piece not dealt with. And Manly United draw first blood on Friday night. With de Robillard and Ono, who's always an attacking outlet from left full-back. He goes for goal himself. Not dealt with by Curto. And tapped in by Coop. And Manly are now full of confidence. Evans down the right. Coop there again! 2 in 2 minutes! They're still providing enough going forward to really look an attacking threat. De Robillard on the ball. Looking for goal himself. And it's going to be tucked in by Holm.
First time ball trying to pick up Meyer. Figueira hit it straight into him. Can he get it past him? Franco Meyer. That is an exceptional finish. Good ball in, and the header from Kenesi. What a finish. Risky pass there, almost getting a foot was through for Aramugo. They've done it. Robert Aramugo.
Pavlovich. Katrip's got a little bit of space here. Mustafi watching, waiting for the right time to approach. And now he engages. Katrip with a burning bit of pace. And it's a great goal for the Wanderers. Awan Lawal stoops in to head home. But first, this free kick. Anderson back. Hangs it up. And the header is in from Morrison. 2 for the Wanderers. And coming in to pick the pocket cleverly. That's well done by Chetinic. Pavlovic returns it to Chetinic. It is 3 for the Wanderers. Deliberate. Here's Petratos, all given away by Armson. Pearson Casawaya breaking forward. He feeds it through Awan Lawal. Only one outcome when Awan Lawal has the ball in that territory. And it's 4 for...
Out to Michael Cooter, and Rory Jordan's off and gone down the outside on that left-hand side as he's tracked across by Lockie Campbell. Looks to hold him up. Rory Jordan, well, 33 seconds in. They transitioned lightning down the left there. Mount one more raid on the UNSW defence, and it gets a deflection on the way through. And I think you'll find Presley Ortiz, as he looks to make it 3 for Apia. Presley Ortiz, he doesn't make mistakes from there. Presley Ortiz gets number 2 of the night. Falls short there, and he's onside. Presley Ortiz as he skips towards the 18-yard box, tracked by Campbell. 1v1, Tristan Prendergast. Presley Ortiz gets his hat-trick. The attacking players in teams that get all the kudos, and they look to pinch one back now. UNSW.
Webster, wide for Saba. Towards the line he goes, takes on McGing, works it in. There's bodies there! There's a goal to St George City! There's the opener on 48 minutes!
You feel as though Sutherland really aren't controlling the midfield at the moment as Najjar breaks forward. Tamulkovsky puts it past Nizic. Interesting starting position of Tariq Mayer on the edge of the area. Olsen steps up. And Olsen strikes it down the middle. Sutherland are level. There it goes. Cuts it back. Olsen arriving. Olsen buries it bottom corner. Some finish from Nick Olsen. Arriving late to the scene. Jordi Perez now to seal it. 3-on-1. Perez has Olsen to his left. Olsen for the hat-trick. And the win. Sutherland make it 3-1.
Fujita. Luke Quall gets a touch, and now Major can look to play it forwards. That's an excellent ball. And a chance to shoot Kunyul. It's gone through the goalkeeper, and it's an early lead. Malia. Dipped onto the crossbar. Quall with the header, and it bounces in. They have a second goal. Blacktown City.
A very warm welcome indeed back to Ilinden Sports Centre here in Rockdale for round 26 action between Rockdale Ilinden and Manly United. All square at the interval. It was Mudi Najjar who fired Rockdale into the ascendancy. But with the final kick of the half, Kikeru Ono levelling proceedings directly from the corner. One apiece at the break. 45 minutes of action to come. There has been a half-time substitution as well for Manly United. We'll bring you an update on that as and when we can, because he's involved straight away here. It's Aston Hall, who was one of Manly's goal scorers last week against Sydney Olympic in that 4-1 victory. Rockdale looking to get straight back up the other end through McCarthy. Casting my eye across the Rockdale players on the pitch. It doesn't look like any changes at the interval for the hosts. McCarthy unable to juggle his way through trouble. Hulme able to send it forward towards Evans. Stooping to meet it with his head there is Lockie Griffiths. Looks like Ben Coop was the one withdrawn for Manly United. Which might see perhaps a bit of a reshuffle in that front third. Neuenhoff beaten to it there by Kunamoto. Pires hoisting it back into play. He'll get the return pass as well here, Jesse Pires. He's forced backwards by his former teammate there, McCarthy. Hulme looking to switch the point of attack to the goal scorer. Ono, who will send it in towards the area. Hulme will strike. Blocked off. Burgess will get a second go at it! Not far away. That from Darcy Burgess. Wonderful technique from Manly's number 10. So often talismanic is Darcy Burgess. It was dipping and swerving and certainly had the attention and interest of Levi Kay. In the end, just flashing just over the crossbar. So it is Manly United who are looking to pick up where they left off at the interval. It's Rockdale Ilinden meanwhile in search of a response here. Van der Sarg will help it on. Elliott, forward it goes. Numbers in the middle including Constable, but it's picked out before it arrives by Ono. Griffiths gets his head to it first, but again, passing lanes all occupied there by Manly Blue, who look to transition rapidly here through the half-time substitute there in Hulme. Good sliding challenge initially to hold his advance. And then Jerry Skotadis inserts himself into the fray. Wins a free kick for his endeavour as well. It's a bit of a wrestling match there between Aston Hulme and Jerry Skotadis. Bit of a judo throw, really. Sent forward by Kay. Here is first to meet it with his head. Neuenhoff now again searching for Ono, who will nod it forward and try and steal a march on Griffiths here. Griffiths had long enough to assess the situation and get body position. Van der Sarg now for Rockdale. Has McCarthy. Cordier's overlapping on this near touch line. McCarthy looks to go inside instead. O'Driscoll herring back there to prevent the corner. Here's McCarthy. Cordier trying to slalom his way inside, but Pires again blocking him off. It's swirling in the air for an age. Kai Evans does get his head to it first. Skatardis just cushioning that one on towards Najjar. Skatardis again. Can't pick out a teammate though. Just a little bit scrappy in the opening exchanges here in the second stanza at Ilinden Sports Centre. Both sides, I'm sure, absolutely aware of the stakes of this match, of course. Both sides on the hunt, on the prowl for finals football. Manly United, who've been in that real sort of purple patch over the last few weeks, 7 on the spin, unbeaten so far. 3 points today would propel them into finals contention and see them go above their opponents here today. It's Hull. Jesse Pires, first time delivery. It's very deep indeed. Kimura will bring it down, but he's run out of real estate. You can feel a bit of a level of tension here at Ilinden Sports Centre, emanating off the pitch, and perhaps into the stands as well. As we said, I'm sure the players are aware of what's at stake, but supporters alike as well. It's McCarthy is the latest to receive that ball in the channel. First time delivery from Harry McCarthy. The strike will come from Wigan. Sort of bounced up really awkwardly though, just as Ollie Wigan looked to pull the trigger. Regulation stuff there for Mackenzie Siron. Of course, still plenty of football yet to be played, not just in today's match, but another 4 rounds before the conclusion of the regular season after this. At this stage of the season, every little bit matters, every action and micro action. It's Najjar. Tries to nod it on to McCarthy, but Neuenhoff read it well. Skatardis perhaps maybe gave himself away there. The referee took a moment or two to deliberate on his decision. There's a bit of a coming together off the ball there as well. There has been no shortage of feelings between these two sides here today. Kai Evans, the latest, wearing the scars of war, is back to his feet, a little gingerly. He's been tasked to lead the line following the half-time substitution, the removal of Ben Coop and the introduction of Aston Hall, who we see here spinning and trying to evade the attention and the affection of Jerry Skatardis. Skatardis has had just about enough of that though and just hauls Hall to the ground. O'Driscoll happy to get things on the move quickly. Neuenhoff. Hillier. Rockdale repel that latest rage. Cordier. Trying to utilise the full width of the pitch there for Harry McCarthy, but all too wide. Burgess closed down immediately by Skatardis. Able to once again hook it over his shoulder there, Darcy Burgess. The whistle going perhaps a little too quickly for Manly's liking. Aston Hall felt that he could have played that ball into the half space for Kai Evans. After Neuenhoff had his legs taken away. He'll come back for the free kick in any case. A chance for Aaron O'Driscoll to hoist something into that Rockdale penalty area. Go short instead, of course, O'Driscoll. Eventual delivery was closed down by Jerry Skitardis. That's another loose pass. It's given Moody Najjar something to seize upon here. The delivery into the 6-yard box. Wigan was arriving, but all too late. Mackenzie Siron watched it all the way. I fancy it may have taken a touch on the way through as well, which took a lot of the sting out of it. It was nearly a very similar sort of situation to what saw Moody Najjar open the scoring in the first half. Of course, the giveaway from Kikeru Ono, who well and truly atoned for that error. Paul unable to dance his way inside of McCarthy. Here's Van der Sarg for Rockdale. Kunamoto has Cordier wide, instead goes centrally and then drifts wide himself to receive the return pass. Fizzed in towards the feet of Najjar. He tries to prod it forward into the path of McCarthy. Paul was always favourite to reach it though. Cordier turning straight into traffic. Here's Evans, who has his legs taken away from him by Kunamoto. The referee will brandish a yellow card. Kunamoto, the first Rockdale player to find his way into the referee's notebook. Perhaps not necessarily just for that foul, but a series of fouls throughout the course of proceedings here this afternoon. He joins Jesse Pires and Jasper Chipman in the referee's book. Smart from Ono to link up with Nieuwenhof. And once again, here comes Nieuwenhof. Just trot on the ball though. Wigan send it forward with interest. Chipman and O'Driscoll combining with their heads. Here's Nieuwenhof. Griffiths racing forwards to effect the challenge. Manly have perhaps settled the better of the two sides since the interval. Nieuwenhof. No real sort of clear-cut chances so far since the break. Darcy Burgess coming the closest for either side. Strike on the half volley from the edge of the area, flashing over the crossbar. It's a strike which, had it been half a foot lower, would have been well and truly on the end of season highlight reels at Football New South Wales. Rockdale here in search of a response. Wigan can't find a teammate. Aston Hall will play it forward to Evans. Challenge on Evans is legal. Here's McCarthy. All the avenues closed off for Harry McCarthy, so he goes back and links up with Kunamoto. Harry McCarthy now. Head on a swivel, always scanning. To be patient in possession here, Rockdale, as Kunamoto slide rule ball to find Cordier. One touch, second cross to deliver. Mackenzie Siron rising highest. Keen to get things on the move too is Siron. Here's Ono. Darcy Burgess now. It's created a couple of yards of space for himself. Hall wants to invert. Has Nieuwenhof supporting. He might just go himself here, Hall. Well, finds the feet of Darcy Burgess inside the area. Burgess. Sliding challenge there from Van der Sarg to block the cross. Had to get that one absolutely spot on, as well as there were numbers arriving centrally in Manly blue. Darcy Burgess unselfishly looking to just pull that one into the area. On another day, he may have gone for goal himself, but the end result is a corner. And it is that man, of course, Kikeru Ono, who scored from the very opposite corner with the last kick of the first half. Swept in again by Ono. Again, it's right on top of Kay and right on top of the netting behind the goal. Cordier. Arms all over Aston Holm there. Cordier, none too happy with Rockdale's efforts in attempting to play their way out either, making his feelings plainly known to Levi Kay and Reo Kunamoto, feeling that he was sold very short with the pass. Wicked left foot of Kikeru Ono once again standing over this one. Goes short this time. Killia measuring the delivery to the far post. A couple of rising nodded on towards Kimura. Strike will come from O'Driscoll, who's perhaps not the least or the most likely of candidates from that sort of range, one would think. Certainly can be devastating in the air, in the box, in the air, particularly as we see there, towering over Muri Najjar to win the header. Constable turns well. Joined for company very quickly by Nieuwenhof. Pires. Constable just too strong though. Now burns around Nieuwenhof. Nieuwenhof recovers well. And I'll tell you what, he had to get that one absolutely spot on, because a second late or $1 short there, the referee's got a real sort of decision to make. As it transpires, just a corner for Rockdale. Again, the Big Timber marches forward. Swept in near post delivery. Sent straight away from that near post, and we might see a bit of a break in play here. We will indeed, as there's a Manly United player who copped a bit of contact in the head from the looks of things. There's a bit happening on the edge of the area as well. Meanwhile, Harry van der Sarg in very close conversation with Aaron O'Driscoll. Manly physio is waved on. I fancy it's Jasper Chipman who's going to get a bit of treatment here. He's back up and about without too much real sort of concern. As we look to take the opportunity to quickly take you around the grounds elsewhere as well. At Belmore, 20 minutes gone there. It's Appia who leads Sydney Olympic by 1-0. St George City still hold that 1-goal advantage at the Palace with an hour gone there. Blacktown City currently level after an hour, 1 apiece with Sydney FC. Meanwhile, into the final couple of minutes at Adenza Park, Sydney United leading Spirit FC by 2-0. Spirit FC have also just had a player sent off there. Here at Ilinden, of course, still locked up, all equal at 1 apiece. Cordier, no avenues afforded to him moving forward. It's a strong challenge from Pires, and Manly wants to get forward quickly in transition. Pires just over-eager. Plead his innocence, though he might. He certainly went through the back of the legs of the Rockdale player there. It was Lockie Griffiths who had body position there for Rockdale, of course. Pires, meanwhile, of course, himself will have to be very careful as he is walking that yellow card tightrope at the moment. Kunamoto resumes hostilities here. Wigan. Has McCarthy in support and will use him. McCarthy surveying the scene ahead of him. Goes back to Constable. Now Cordier. What's cooking here for Ilinden? Cordier all the way to the byline before Jesse Perez inserts himself into the conversation at the expense of a corner. Paul Day yet to go to his bench for Rockdale Ilinden. Sure, conversations are plenty are happening just in front of us, but meanwhile the corner is swept in deep towards the back post and flashing just over the head of all and sundry. Kunamoto it was who was closest to it. Just brushing off the head of Reo Kunamoto. Can be a game of absolute millimetres at times. Here's Ono. As he played his way into trouble, he's given it straight to the feet of Ollie Wigan. Ono tries to recover. Does so. At the expense of another Rockdale corner. Rockdale wanted a little bit more than that, I can tell you. They felt that Kikeru Ono had a couple of tugs on the jersey there of Ollie Wigan. Tell you what, they won't mind all too much if Muddy Najjar can get the delivery right on this latest Rockdale corner. The latest Rockdale raid. Near post delivery, well, curse of the commentator perhaps. Muddy Najjar usually so unerring from set pieces. It's Perez who hoists one forward towards Hall. Always stretching to reach it. It's always going to be a task and a half to try and keep it in the field of play. Hoisted back in by Cordier, flicked on by McCarthy. O'Driscoll will get his head to it. Back heel from Perez. Here's Burgess. He had Holm drifting wide and perhaps may have been wiser counselled to play that wide ball rather than going in the sort of half space there for Evans. It won't matter though, as Hillier is able to pick it back up. Here's Kimura, he's onside. Looks to burst into the area here, Kimura. Pulled across the face of goal and always rising over the head of Kai Evans, who was stretching just about every sinew and every fibre to try and reach that one. Perez, a little clip over the top. Burgess will help it on. Strike first time from Neuenhoff. Well, they look good when they come off. That one, however, fair to say, did not. Manly this time quick to retreat into their defensive banks, allowing Cordier to come forwards. Doesn't measure the delivery though, Matthew Cordier. O'Driscoll with a bit of an up and under, and then a second one from the header. It's going to come straight back at them though. O'Driscoll's got some more defensive work to do. Perez has seen enough of that and will hoist it back over halfway. Here's McCarthy. Does well to separate himself from Kai Evans there. We can let you know that Rockdale are going to go to their bench for the first time this afternoon. Dean Pelikanos has been stripped and readied for action. Here's Skotadis. Elliott's still Rockdale try and push and probe and poke a hole through this resolute Manly outfit. They'll have a free kick for their endeavours. Very eager to get things on the move. It's swept in towards Najjar, who will flick it on McCarthy. It's not far away, that from Harry McCarthy. Mackenzie Siron seemed very confident that he had his angles correct. Harry McCarthy, who himself, of course, had absolute gilt-edged opportunity to put Manly ahead in the first stanza, or Rockdale ahead, I should say. It's not 2025 anymore. So Lockie Constable withdrawn for Rockdale. Dean Pelikanos introduced. Meanwhile, Manly United will make a double change of their own. Matt O'Donoghue and Max Martinello both introduced. Ayumu Kimura, who was one of those withdrawn for Manly United. So we may see Kikeru Ono play a little bit of a more advanced role for the remainder of this fixture. Here is Ono. He's trying to force a pass through traffic there. Van der Sarg. Cordier now for Rockdale. Van der Sarg push further forward now. McCarthy head up and assessing the cross here, which he will stand up towards the back post, and Martinello's first involvement is a very good defensive header indeed. Rockdale have built into this one very nicely indeed in the second stanza. Manly perhaps left off, but Rockdale starting to become a bit relentless as this one is hoisted up high and deep and swirling, floating and knotted clear. Cordier will strike. Never really got clean contact with the effort there, Mathieu Cordier. Seen a few of those sorts of efforts from the edge of the area in the second stanza. Of course, Darcy Burgess came the closest early in the piece, flashing just over the crossbar. Luke Neuenhoff also had a thunderous effort, which sailed quite a distance over. Here's Hall, forced to stretch to bring it under his spell. They can't get out of their own half at the moment, though, Manly United. Harry van der Sarg, scythed down. Will there be a yellow card forthcoming? There will indeed. Luke Neuenhoff, the latest to draw the ire of the man in the middle. A couple of further words being exchanged between Neuenhoff and van der Sarg as well. Plenty of spice in this fixture. Skotadis to deliver. Stands it up towards the back post. It's always sailing over that byline, though. Lockie Griffiths just watching that forlornly beyond his grasp. So on we go here at Ilinden Sports Centre. Still one apiece. Mudi Najjar and Kikeru Ono, the goal scorers for their respective sides. Will there be another twist in the tail here? Holm is stretching to try and keep it in play, but only succeeds in finding the feet of McCarthy, who can't link up with a teammate. Holm will have a chance to get forward now. Good looking ball into the channel there for Evans. Burgess is providing support and will receive it and ride the challenge initially of Cordier before the whistle comes. Again, the referee just took a moment to assess the situation. And a chance for Manly United to once again send forward the likes of Aaron O'Driscoll and this time Max Martinello. Matt O'Donoghue, of course, also will be lurking with real dangerous intent, as will Neuenhoff. Every single Rockdale player back behind the ball defending this latest Manly set piece. It's Ono's delivery. Goes direct for goal. Comfortable for Levi K. That's his bread and butter stuff, really. McCarthy wants it on this near touchline and will receive it and just flick it through his legs there. Cordier. McCarthy trying to dance his way past the challenge of Nieuwenhof. He'll have the throw in. Pelikanos. Griffiths. Rolls it wide to the feet of Hunter Elliott. He wants to try and get at Ono here. Instead opts to turn and go back all the way back to the feet of Levi K now. Kunamoto has Cordier hugging this near touchline and will utilise him indeed. McCarthy's made a good-looking run into the channel. Cordier can't get forward, though. Pops out very kindly here for Darcy Burgess. He looks to deliver one into the channel himself for Evans. Pauses to await support here, Kai Evans. Opts to go himself. You can see what the intent was. Just trying to wrap his boot around it and find that far top corner, but didn't quite manage to wrap his boot around it quite enough. Was perhaps a better chance than it even may have looked. Still we remain all locked up at one apiece here in Rockdale. Hall has just left it a bit short of O'Driscoll. It's McCarthy now looking to get forward for Rockdale. Hall looking to win it back. McCarthy rides the challenge. Van der Saga's the wall pass. And it's Skatardis, and now it's Cordier. Cross is blocked off by O'Driscoll. Burgess intelligently opening up the pitch here for Hall. Now looks to weave his way, gets through a couple of challenges, but Cordier tracking back. Hall does well to win it back. Hillier trying to dance his way through traffic in turn. Unable to do so. It's given Rockdale a very good opportunity to get forward. Skatardis helps it on for Wigan. O'Donoghue touch tight. All too aware of the threat that Ollie Wigan, the former Tiger, does possess on the prowl getting forward. Rockdale, meanwhile, going to look to go to the bench again. Stefan Simonovsky is receiving some final instructions as Harry van der Sarg takes over. Kunamoto now. Patient in their build-up here. Rockdale. Perhaps too patient, though. They haven't been able to make any sort of further inroads. That's a tough challenge indeed from Lockie Griffiths on Kai Evans. And Rockdale will take the opportunity to make that change now. Matthew Cordier has been withdrawn. And as we said, Stefan Simonovsky introduced for the final few minutes here. That's not a hugely surprising change considering the amount of work that Matthew Cordier has ploughed his way through this evening. Van der Sar stooping to knot it on. Najjar with the flick around the shoulder. Finds Wigan, but again, Matt O'Donoghue absolutely hunting him down there. Tracked him from all the way across the other side of the pitch. Long throw in coming here, perhaps the first task for Simonovsky. It's a long throw indeed. It's right on the penalty spot. Crowd of bodies rising to meet it. Manly able to deal with it. Here's Burgess now trying to go through the gears. He's forced to stop and hold us up and go backwards there, Burgess. Martinello. Wide is O'Donoghue. Has Ono in front of him and will use him. Ono. Inside it goes for Neuenhoff. Thinks about the strike. Doesn't just think about it, you know. He's tried to clip it into that far top corner. Neuenhoff hasn't been able to hit the target this afternoon. This is maybe left a bit short of Levi Kay. He does well enough to dig it out from under his feet, but only finds the chest of Darcy Burgess. Can't stick the pass. Pelikanos it is who intercepts. Still it comes back at them though. It's Hull, the latest to try and play one into the channel. Pires, he's just made a bit of a hash of that interception. Sliding challenges from Van der Sarg, ball and all. Martinello will send it up into the afternoon sky here in Rockdale. Bodies flying everywhere here at Ilinden Sports Centre. Hull measuring the cross. And that could have ended up just about anywhere, you know. A wicked teasing delivery right onto the edge of the 6-yard box from Aston Hull. Lockie Griffiths just getting a toe to it. It ends up sailing over the crossbar. How many times have you seen those rifled into the roof of the net inadvertently, though? As it is, Rockdale survive. Manly will look to go to the bench themselves after this corner, I suspect. Will Falder is stripped and ready for action. Meanwhile, it's Darcy Burgess, and just look at that massive bodies in the 6-yard box. Really crowding in Levi Kay. Referee is going to have to be absolutely eagle-eyed here. In-swinging delivery from Burgess is deep, very deep. O'Driscoll, I should say, gets his head to it, but Rockdale repel the latest raid on their goal. Fancy Manly will now indeed take that opportunity, this break, to go to their bench. It will be a double change, in fact. Douglas John being introduced for Darcy Burgess, so that will be Darcy Burgess's final action of the match here. Will Falder also coming on in place of Kai Evans, who's toiled hard, particularly leading the line in this second stanza. So bench just about emptied for Manly United. 5 changes all told. That point doesn't do a great deal for either side, really. It's Manly United, the boys from the beaches, perhaps looking to come home with a wet sail here. Pires sent forward again towards Neuenhoff. It went. Pires will help it on. First touch here for Douglas John to spin around one and evade the attention of Van der Sarg. Now link up with Hull. First time ball is wicked and teasing, and Lockie Griffiths there bravely stooping and putting his head where many others wouldn't. Will have the free kick for his trouble as well. Pelikanos, Elliott, hoisted back in by Elliott. Now Wigan. Kunamoto. Chested on towards Najjar by Skatardis before it's rolled back to the feet of Mackenzie Siron and sent back with interest. Van der Sarg, though. Aston Hull contesting that one with Simonovsky, who emerges with it. Now tries to get around the outside of Aston Hull. The result will just be a Manly throw-in. Meanwhile, Paul D is going to go to the bench once more for Rockdale. Lucas Ryborevsky is going to be introduced for the final moments of this one at the expense of Harry McCarthy. It's been a game that's been played at a real rate of knots here at Ilinden Sports Centre. Game which has absolutely flown by. Are we set for a grandstand finish here? O'Driscoll understands the urgency of the assignment. There's been a coming together off the ball in back play as well, meanwhile. Will Fulder it was. He's back to his feet now, albeit very gingerly, and pleading his case to the referee. He's very much in back play, of course, behind the referee's line of sight. In any case, the action on the ball and the move breaking down. Well, these sides now well and truly trading punch and counter punch in terms of momentum, swinging from one end to the other furiously. Simonovsky, near post delivery again. It's O'Driscoll who gets a foot to it first. The strike from Wigan. It's bending. Drawing a smart save indeed from Mackenzie Siren. Manly look to hit back immediately. It's comfortably picked out by Lockie Griffiths. Simonovsky, first time ball forwards for Ryborevsky. Van der Sarg. Rockdale dialing up the tempo a fraction here. Always behind Van der Sarg, and Douglas John able to profit from that. John trying to play one into the channel towards Fulder, who I fancy may have been offside in any case. Pops out kindly for Manly in the form of Ono, and now O'Donoghue. Now Douglas John, who's got an acre of space to turn and assess the situation ahead of him. Dean Pelikanos, though, quickly across to effect the challenge, and now challenge is absolutely flying in all over the park here. Aston Hall making his feelings known. Meanwhile, Jesse Perez is keen to get on with it, as is Will Fulder. Couldn't stick the pass, though. O'Donoghue sliding in. Neuenhoff can't quite reach it ahead of Hunter Elliott. Absolute desperation stakes at times in terms of some of the defensive actions we're seeing. Ryborevsky now able to carry it over halfway for Rockdale. Gets around Jesse Perez initially, but not around the second challenge from Aston Hall, and Perez will try and return serve. Not like that, though. Gives it straight to his opposite, number 4, in Kunamoto. Here's Skutadis. Numbers arriving for Rockdale in the box. They want a free kick. Referee says nothing doing. Well, if it felt tense before, I can tell you that the tension meter has been dialed up to a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. Previously sitting at maybe about a 7.5. About to see the board go up for added time here. We can tell you there will be 4 minutes of it to be played at the end of 90. A minimum of 4 minutes, of course. No goals to show so far in the second stanza here at Ilinden Sports Centre, but no shortage of entertainment and action. Ryborevsky looking for the return pass, which he will receive and deliver first time into the area. Again, it's O'Driscoll first on scene. Straight to Pelikanos. Griffiths. Swept wide towards Elliott, who will deliver. Skitadis. Van der Sarg now with a couple of yards of space. Najar and Riborevsky can't quite connect. The whistle goes in favour of Jesse Perez, who is immediately swamped by his teammates in congratulation for an absolutely crucial intervention there, Jesse Perez. A real captain's knock and confirmation that we will have at minimum of 4 minutes of time to be added on here. Is there yet to be another late twist in the tale? Here at Ilinden Sports Centre, we saw drama so late in the first stanza. Kikeru Onu scoring in just about the 3rd minute of time added on when there was originally 1 minute signalled. As we said, it is a minimum, the added time indication. Griffiths will rise to meet that. Skitadis now. And he'll have to get back and get their defensive shape quickly here. As Riborevsky's got some space to weave into. Shifting one way and the other. Back onto his left before he delivers. Riborevsky in the jar. Again, just bouncing awkwardly in front of Rockdale's number 9, Mudi Najar. Take nothing away from the wonderful work in the lead up there from Riborevsky. Weaving his way forwards, tying a couple of defenders just about up in knots. Delivery was not bad either. Well, was that the chance? Was that the moment for Rockdale? A little bit scrappy on that far touchline before O'Donoghue sends it forwards. Skitadis giving chase. Douglas John there. First to it, but at the expense of another Rockdale corner. Can they finally make their dominance in the set-piece stakes at least pay here? Skitadis with the signal and the delivery. And the clearance is from O'Driscoll once again before Ono really makes sure of it with an emphatic ball which has left the stadium. Replacement ball eventually arriving as time ticks away here at Ilinden Sports Centre. Long throw again, pretty much on the penalty spot. Flicked on and Siron palms it away. At full stretch there, Mackenzie Siron. Rockdale absolutely hammering on the door here. Into the final 30 or so seconds. As again it's hoisted in long by Simonovsky. Mackenzie Siron this time. Rising confidently to pluck us out of the afternoon sky. Hunter Elliott sends it forward. Jesse Perez returns serve with his head. Douglas John has Hulme wide. Hulme forced to dive into the challenge, and that will be that here at Ilinden Sports Centre. A share of the spoils, perhaps not what either side really desired at the outset, but a share of the spoils it shall be. A goal the second half, but no shortage of entertainment between these two sides. Plenty of spice and feeling, which kept the pulse racing throughout the entire contest. It was Mudi Najar, of course, who opened the scoring for Rockdale Ilinden. But Manly United would have the final say of the first stanza. Kikeru Ono scoring directly from the corner with the final kick of the first half. Well, that's a wrap from us here at Ilinden Sports Centre. It's been an absolute pleasure having your company as always, of course. But from myself, Pete Pryor, I'll see you all next time. From me, it's bye for now.